Hi, everybody. Welcome to our team call. It's Thursday, October 8th, and I have a bunch that I want to talk to you guys about today. Actually, I want to start with Shakeology. Nikki, you saw the post that I'm going to be referring to, but there was a post in Melanie's Dream Team from this girl. I forgot what her initial post was, but basically the bottom line is that she really didn't have a belief in the price of Shakeology. She's like, it is expensive. She can't afford it herself, and was just really negative about the shake. And Nikki, I'm probably remembering this all wrong, but you can correct me. But it's just one of the things that stood out. And Nikki was actually really upset about the post also, because she messaged me afterwards, like, just as pissed as I was. But like, the shake is expensive to some people. It is. It's $130. But as a coach, like, you have to believe in that. You have to believe that every single penny is worth it in that shake, because if not, how are you going to encourage somebody else to order it? Like, and they can pick up on that, especially if you're not drinking it every day. It's the importance of being the product of the product. You know what I mean? People can pick up on that. It's like out in the atmosphere. Like, I don't know. It's like people pick up on that. So like, for example, I had this girl message me today, and I'm completely honest when it comes to that shake. She's like, is it expensive? And I said, honestly, when I first heard about it, I thought it was expensive until I learned more about it and realized what it was. And then I started drinking it and realized how amazing it is and all the benefits. And I feel every single penny is worth it to me. And I explained all the benefits to her. So it's like, you have to, if you have the belief that it's expensive and it's going to be hard to sell, it is going to be hard to sell for you. You have to truly believe in the product and truly commit to the price that it is, and believe it's worth every penny before having a real good conversation with somebody, and be honest with them. It's not about the sale. It's helping another person. If you talk to them as a salesperson and tell them all the great benefits and not how you actually feel, they're not going to go for it. You know what I mean? It has to be your own personal opinion. We do not sell, we share our stories. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about, and actually Nikki brought it to my attention. Sorry, Nikki, again, I'm using you a lot today just because it's just opened up to my
Fine.
Huh?
That's fine.
Okay. Just opened up my eyes recently about how we are explaining our challenge groups, and how we are actually talking about them. And I always say, have a conversation with somebody, talk to them about their goals and their life and, all that stuff before actually talking about the product. But I'm going to take that one step further. When I talk about the challenge groups, I still do not mention the products. I don't mention the products until the extreme end of the conversation, because when you're talking about the challenge group and the products at the same time, I feel like you're still trying to sell something, right? You want to sell the challenge groups and the importance of the challenge groups and the support that they're going to receive from the challenge groups and all the motivation and all the clean eating and, information and all that great stuff. And then come the product. So I wanted to, I wish I would have pulled it up beforehand, give you an example of how I explained the 21-day fix challenge. Nikki, did I ever message that to you?
Ah,
crap, sorry.
That's okay.
Does that make sense? Give me 1 minute. I'm sorry, my computer is really slow. Oh, come on. While I'm looking for this, does anybody have any questions regarding what I'm saying? And my computer's not working. Here we go. Oh, never mind. Now I don't even remember who I was having the conversation with to even bring it up quickly. But basically, I explain it as, wait a minute, give me 1 second. Like for the 21-day fix, like I'll explain, it's a 21-day challenge. Here, wait, I'm sorry. I know I keep repeating. Okay, I think I found it. Okay, so how I explained it, we had this whole conversation about breastfeeding, blah, 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 blah. And then, you know, when it actually came time to talk about the challenge, I said, and this is regarding our 21-day fix. This challenge is 21 days long, plus 1 week of preparation. We will provide you with daily support and motivation to help you stay on track, along with the support of your peers that will be doing the same program. I will provide you with a meal plan that you have the option to follow. This challenge is basically teaching you how to live a healthy lifestyle by teaching you how to correctly fuel your body, along with adding exercise into your daily life. The workouts are 30 minutes long. Perfect for a busy mama like you! Exclamation point. What do you think? So I didn't one time mention 21-day fix, Shakeology. I just kept it short and simple to, and just explain the challenge itself, because and this is just my personal opinion, and this is just where I feel like I have the most success, because when you do add, the shake and the workout program right there in that explanation, I feel like you lose people right away, because then they automatically think, well, what about the cost? You want to get them really interested in being a part of this challenge, and then talk about that later on. So then, let me see how the conversation proceeds. She did ask how much, but now I can't find it. So she asks, so how much does it all cost? And I said to her that everybody will be following, the 21-day fix program, which comes with color-coded portion control containers, the nutrition plan, 30-minute workouts for each day of the week, plus 30 servings of Shakeology, which is like buying 30 meals at one time. So I'm trying to share with her the value of that $140 when she finally does ask. Because a lot of times when people say no, they just don't understand the value. So not only are you going to get all this support, but you're going to get all this stuff for $140, which to me is an amazing deal. I don't usually talk about sale price, because customers, they don't know that. They don't know it went on sale from $160 to $140. You know what I mean? To them, it could just be another gimmick to get them to buy. So when it comes to like the 21-day fix and PiYo, like I will make a salesy kind of post about it, sort of, but with me in the picture, just saying that I don't usually talk about sales, because that's not why, I'm a health and fitness coach, but I do like to share with you when it's something that's too good to be true. And this month, the 21-day fix, plus you can get the 21-day fix for only $10 more if you want Shakeology. And then I recommend this program. It's the #1 program that I recommend to everybody that is looking for a weight loss journey. So I'm trying to give it value in that post, but I don't talk about sales all the time. And I know some coaches do and whatever, but to me, it's different. So that's up to you, because again, I don't want people to think I'm doing this for a sale. I want people to know that I'm really passionate for helping them. Does that make sense? Cool. All right. Any questions so far?
When you get new like people that friend request you and you send them a message, I was sending them messages and then nobody responds. Do you get that a lot?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
It's very normal.
Okay.
So, are you talking about when people for your ad?
Mm-hmm.
Have you getting people friend request you?
I got it. I got some, yeah, and then I sent them a message, and then I didn't hear anything back.
Okay, you know, that's my bad. I want to tell you exactly what I send to people when they send me a friend request. Let me see. I actually have it up. I say, hello, exclamation point. Thank you so much for sending me a friend request. I just want to take a second to introduce myself. My name is Shannon, and I am the health and wellness coach. I run health and fitness groups that are super fun, motivating, where we focus on getting healthy and fit and truly making it a lifestyle. Are you interested in learning more about the free 14-day health and fitness challenge?
Okay.
Because that's what people are messaging us.
Mm-hmm.
And the majority of times they do respond back, but a lot of times they don't. But don't get discouraged, because with my most recent ad, the first night I had like 4, I woke up to 3 friend requests, and not one of them messaged me back yesterday. And then today, all 3 did. So, you know, again, not everybody's thinking Beachbody, but it's very common. And then also you're going to get these people and they're going to be, yes, I'm going to join the group, and then they don't do anything with it. So it's, but these are new people. Like, don't get discouraged by that, because these are new people that are going to have the potential to start following you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And this gives you the opportunity to build relationships with them. Okay. And these are people that you would never have had if it wasn't for that ad. Mm-hmm. So that brings me into what I wanted to show you guys, and I'm an idiot for not pulling this up beforehand. I figured something out about these ads. Like, so you all know my frustration with the Facebook ads, how like I feel like I'm not getting people that could relate to me. So I kept thinking, like, there's got to be something that I am doing wrong. Like, how are all these coaches getting all these quality people, and I'm getting people who, I was just telling Andrew this last night on our new coach training call. Like, I had this guy who sent me a friend request. His name was Sticks, and in this cover photo, he was smoking a blunt, like with all this smoke all over the place. I'm like, how is this guy going to relate to me? You know, so actually, I think he was through a friend of a friend, but it's just stuff like that, because I only do my ads to women. But so I want to show you what I learned, and I have been getting moms, which is my focus. Like, that's what I want. I want moms, because that is my niche. So I want to show you guys something that I figured out. I'm going to share my screen once I pull it up. And then after this, I want to talk about the 14-day challenge that we have coming up. All right, I'm going to share my screen. All right, so to create an ad, you go into Ads Manager. And this is the first month that I'm doing it, so like I'm just playing with it. But I'm really excited about it, because I'm not getting people with these names that, I don't know. My computer is really slow. So anyway, when you're creating an ad, there is a section where it says demographics, and you can actually be really specific regarding income, regarding the type of house, regarding nationality. All right, so you then go to create ad once my computer lets me. It's still working. You can choose their level of education. All right, nope, not yet. All right, while we're waiting for this to work, do you guys have any questions? This is so frustrating.
I know what you're talking about, and I've used it because they taught us about that in Hartsville social media.
Oh, yeah?
And it has not been helpful to me whatsoever. I did not get one single friend request from this last ad that I just ran.
What are you, what is going on with my computer? Gosh, this is so frustrating.
So I'm gonna, and I should have just kept with what I did last month because it worked really well, but you know, I have to be dumb and fix what's not broken. Because Melanie, I watched her call from Monday, and she had this really cute crock pot, and I really liked her ad, but it obviously didn't work for me. So I'm going back to what I had before last month because it worked really well.
You know, I was listening. So for personal development, I watch a lot of YouTube videos from top coaches, and I was listening. I might have actually posted the video in our team page a while ago, but it's from a coach, Bonnie Engel, and she says, as a new coach, it's good to follow other top coaches for like the first 2 months of your coaching. But after that, you need to develop who you are, because what works for one person is not going to work for you.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're not them, and that's not the following that you've created for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I bet you that's exactly, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, it works for Melanie. She's always so proper and like, you know, cute, and her images are always so good. And, you know, and people, I don't know. I'm sure she has a different clientele than what I do, because I never have my makeup on. I'm a hot mess all the time. Like, she even looks cute in her workouts. Like,
Mm-hmm.
But I do, you know, I still do create images and stuff, you know, that I get ideas from other people, but then I also just make it my own, you know. All right, so you scroll down. So for me personally, for age, I always do 27 to 42 years of age. Because I know 27, they've graduated college, they're most likely into their career already. They may have children, and they probably are starting to have families. And I do all the way up to like 42, 43, and I always choose women. But again, that's just me. That doesn't mean it's necessarily you. I mean, some of you may want to just stick to people in your 20s, because if that's, you know, who can relate to you, whatever. Okay, so this is where I'm talking about more demographics. So this time this is the first time I've done it. Wait, did I do work? No, I started to do education, but then, because if you hit education level, you have the option of choosing their education. Because I feel like I'm just sick of getting people that don't have an income, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I chose financial income. And I just basically started with 50 to 75,000, and I just chose everything underneath it from there on out. I chose it all. And then I also, for myself, you know, and again, play with this. And this is the first time I've done this, so who knows? I've also done, let's see. I tried doing ethnic affinity, but it only limits you to African American and Hispanics. So I didn't choose that one for me. But if, you know, if you're Spanish and you feel like you have Spanish people, you know, followers, that would be perfect for you. And then you can do home type. I didn't do home type. Parents, this is what I chose, parents, and I went to moms because I'm a mom and that's who I want to focus on. So I did every mom except for fit mom because if they're already fit, why am I going to send an ad out to them? But I got to tell you, when it comes time for me to send out a sneak peek or, you know, to join my team ad, I will definitely put fit moms in there. And I also didn't do moms of high school kids because I don't have a high schooler. So, but they even have soccer moms, you know what I mean? So I chose all of them except for fit moms and high school kids. So anyway, so I'm not getting the quantity of friend requests that I was before, but the quality of the, you know, of the friend requests. Like, that just sounds horrible. I know, I'm sorry. I'm really not meaning it in a negative way. It's just, I'm just trying to find people who can relate to me and that I can help, if that makes sense. Do you guys have any questions? Okay. All right, so I'm going to stop screen sharing. Okay. All right, so the other thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about is the challenge group, our 14-day health and fitness challenge that's coming up. Do any of you have challengers as of yet?
I have 4.
You have 4? Okay. Crystal, do you have any?
I have definites and 5 are thinking about it.
Okay. So for the 14-day health and fitness challenge, when we first started this, I was like, yes, everybody has to have Beachbody On Demand. But my conversation has changed. I don't want to force everybody to have Beachbody On Demand. I do want to highly encourage it, but I'm not going to force it on people. So, but I want them to have an exercise program, because a lot of times people see the schedule and they're like, oh, and they see other people doing the Beachbody On Demand and they're like, oh, you know, then they want to sign up for it. So anyway, and then also too with this month that I am going to separate the groups and make them smaller, depending upon how many coaches are going to be joining it. I might have 2 to 3 coaches per group, and that's it. I prefer to have 3, but if it's if we don't have a lot of people doing this, I guess it depends on how many people on our team are going to participate in this challenge. I think Katie has a few too. So, and I'm also sending personal invites out to this. I'm not relying on my posts. I'm not relying on my ad. I'm also sending personal invites to every single person who's turned me down because of cost in the past. Did I post a sample invite that I'm using in our team page?
I don't think so, but I'm not positive.
Okay, I'll post one after this call. I hope I remember. I don't even have a pen to write it down. So I want to give you an idea of how I personally communicate with each and every one of my challengers for this. Okay, so Saturday we open the group. So between Saturday and Sunday, we're most likely adding people, right? I mean, you can add people Monday, Tuesday, whatever. So typically on Monday or Sunday night, depending upon, you know, my schedule, I'll message them and be like, it's day 1 of the challenge. Are you ready? Mark, exclamation point, you know, just to get them excited. the majority of times that they'll answer. Sometimes they don't. And when they don't, you know right away, this is probably not going to be a good challenger, but whatever. So I don't discredit them or discount them because they could just be busy. So, but 9 times out of 10, yes, I'm ready, you know, I'm excited, blah, blah, blah. So then on Wednesday, I message them again. You know, how are things going? You know, do you have any questions? You know, see if there's, you know, how they're doing. You know, just checking in with them. On Friday, we're almost done with our first week already. Can you believe it? How's it going for you? At that point, you'll know if they're struggling, if they're participating in the group. If they are participating, it's your opportunity to be like, I am so impressed with how well you are doing, you know, and just continue to motivate them. I'm really big on picking up, you know, pointing out strengths to my challengers, because that's what makes people feel good, right? Because we want them to feel good to continue their journey and to make them feel like they can do it, right? So always pick up on their strengths. So even if like they're down on themselves because they only worked out 3 times a week and they only ate healthy, you know, 3 times that week too, that's a huge bonus because that's 3 more times than they would have in the past, right? So it's, you still don't want them to focus on the negative. You want them to focus on the positive and to have them keep going. Okay. So also too, you know, by encouraging them, and the challenge within the challenge, especially that motivates people to post and everything, point out that as a strength and how much they're participating and how much they're an inspiration. So then the following week, you can then start bringing up the conversation. Like, I'm just so impressed with how well you're doing. You know, have you ever considered being a coach like me? And start planting that seed. And I think it's really perfect how we have this challenge group starting in the 2nd week of the month, because then the week after our challenge group ends is the coaching sneak peek. So we can just roll people right into that. Okay, so I message my challengers constantly. And that's actually the same, you know, when I run, you know, a 21-day challenge. I don't do it 3 times a week. I usually do 2. But for the 14-day challenge, you want to build that bond. You want to build that trust with them during those 14 days, because the goal is to get them to want to have that same experience, you know, going into our next challenge. All right. So then Sunday, the following Sunday, I message them. I can't believe it's week 2, you know, how's it going? Because week 2, don't forget, is the hardest for people. That's when people struggle the most. So you want to provide them, you know, with the same amount of support, same amount of motivation during that 2nd week, even more so than you did the 1st week, because you want them to get past that 2nd week, because 9 times out of 10, people struggle. It's just very known. I don't know if you ever watched The Biggest Loser, but this at week 2, they dread week 2, right? Yeah, so it's just so important to be their cheerleader and to be their supporter during, you know, the 14 days. Okay? And even if you have 20 people in there, you know, find the time, because these are the people that could be your potential challengers. They can be your potential coaches. These are people that you're helping, you know, change. That's why we're coaches, because we get into this because we want to help everybody, right? We want to save the world, at least I do, and make it a healthier place, a healthier and happier place. So the one, do you guys have any questions with that? Okay. So the last thing that I want to talk to you about is, all right, so we got the 14-day challenge starting on Monday, right? Well, actually, technically Saturday is when we're going to open the group. I'll open it on Saturday. Oh, before I do that, if we're going to start our own individual groups, you guys have to start thinking about the prize for your group, because I can't be the person providing the prizes for each of your challenge groups. So in the post, it does say in the template, it says, you know, the Fix8 cookbook, which I think is a great prize. But if you don't want to do that, you don't have to. So just change the template to fit what you guys want to do. You can use a water bottle. You can use, you know what I mean? Like just whatever you guys want. I just choose the Fix8 cookbook because I feel like that is, that gives people a lot of inspiration to want to win that, because it's a great cookbook. So, but it could be anything. It could be whatever. So just, start thinking about that in the back of your heads. So anyway, so Monday starts our 14-day health and fitness challenge, officially, but also too, that group started, but we also have to start thinking about the week ahead, right? The following week is when we have our challenge groups that are going to be starting. So we need to start focusing then, taking our mind off of, okay, concentrating on getting challengers for our 14-day health and fitness group. But now we need challengers for our 21-day fix group and our general groups that are starting the third week of the month. So Sunday night, Monday night, perfect times. They're the busiest times on social media to post about your challenge. And again, make sure you're in the picture. And post, whatever story of how these challenge groups helped you. I was actually really impressed about the post that I posted tonight about, to get attention for the 14-day health and fitness challenge. So it doesn't necessarily have to be like a fancy image. It could just be, but just make sure that your post is very passionate and real, and how, these challenges have helped you, and invite them to, your next challenge at the end of your post. Because 9 times out of 10, at least right now, as newer coaches and early coaches, we don't gain a lot of challengers from our posts. It's more of the inviting. And also too, they say, like, I didn't read the book Jab, Jab, Right Hook. I hear a lot of coaches saying that you got to read it to understand, not understand it, but it's just a really good book, for social media posting. But these little jabs, like we talk about every single day in our posts about, challenge groups, and, I post, about how a challenger did in a group and something positive that happened in a group. Those are all little jabs. And then you're going to do the right hook of, your challenge group post. So it's not always about, your main post with a fancy image, to get attention. It's all your little posts every single day, all your little jabs every single day, talking about these challenge groups. Same with coaching as well. What I was referencing earlier, the YouTube video about Bonnie Engel, she said every single post she taught, because she in the beginning would only recruit 2 coaches. Watch this video. I'll post it. It's awesome. Watch 2 coaches, and now she's recruiting 25 to 30 a month. So, and it's because every single post that she writes has something to do with how good her life is, and how Beachbody has changed it. So, and then I started, I went to her Facebook page to check it out, because I was just really curious on how she's doing that. And of course, she's at leadership with everybody else, which one day we'll all be there, right? And so it's really hard to tell, because of course everybody's really having a really good time. But I want to actually have the time to scroll through her older posts just to see, how she is, because I know for me, I have a hard time wording things sometimes. So I like to get ideas from other coaches and make it my own, which I don't find anything wrong with that, as long as you're not copying, pasting, and I just was never good with wording. I just was never good at that. So anyway, I talked a lot tonight, didn't I? So, all right. So I'm going to post the YouTube video from Bonnie Engel again. I'm going to post the sample invite for my 14-day health and fitness challenge that I've been sending out to people. And then Andrea will message you that post. What I reply to people when they send me a friend request. If you find it helpful, you don't have to use it. It's up to you. So, and then also, Andrea, when they do respond to me, they'll just say yes. I'll put what has piqued your interest.
Okay.
Because I want them to get them to tell me about their health and fitness goals and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't, I specifically ask them, do you have any health and fitness goals? So, all right. All right. Actually, Andrea, in our in our team page, under the file section, there's a sample conversation that I typed out for everybody for the 5-day clean eating challenge. So read that, because that's typically the type of conversation that I have now for the 14-day health and fitness challenge. I have changed it a bit, so I will have to add that. But basically, since you're going to be having the same conversation with a lot of people, just type it all out, copy paste, because that, you want to try and save as much time as you can.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Any questions, comments, concerns, thoughts? Anything to add? Okay. All right. And one last, on another note, I mentioned personal development. Please, if you're not reading personal development, watching, listening personal development, there's a lot of coaches that do podcasts these days that, listen to those. I still don't understand what that is. I have to research it. But any way that you can, if you're cleaning the house, put the earbuds in your head and listen and go. If you're in the car, listen. A book that I think you guys should all read is, what is it called, Crystal? I sent it to you earlier. It's called You Are a Badass. I forgot the author's name, but I'm sure if you type, well, You Are a Badass book, it'll come up. It's so good. And even to listen to, it's so entertaining. Like, the author herself is actually, oh shit, we're going to get cut off. The author herself is actually reading the book, and she does an amazing job. And every single thing in that book she said is like, oh my God, oh my gosh. So highly recommend that be your next book if you have not read that already, because I want to make you all badasses. All right. All right. Have a wonderful evening, everybody. And let's, have a great 14-day health and fitness challenge. Woo-hoo.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.